issues. You know, what we've been approaching the city for many years. We want to be able to achieve this quickly. The budget, again, sounds pretty lean. I think this building has to go up fast, quickly, simply. So again, the structural concept leads to that. The simplicity of the box, I think, leads to that also.
Tất nhiên là về cái khái niệm kết cấu này thì chúng tôi cũng muốn đưa một khái niệm kết cấu mới vào trong cái công tác xây dựng cho thành phố, và chúng tôi tin là chúng ta có thể sẽ làm việc được cái này, làm được nhanh cái này.
But in saying that, it doesn't mean the building has to be boring dull, and the building still should have a dynamic interplay of the light and the form all coming together to make it exciting.
Và tránh cái cảm giác đơn điệu hay nhàm chán. Chúng ta muốn tạo ra sự năng động và sự thú vị.
I think we can skip that one. So again, there we are. This is the night view across the river. It's like the cheated slightly. There's a bit of park missing there on the front, but that actually was sunk into the river one day. It's not get it back in the next perspective. Move on. Next one. As we zoom in, I think we're telling that story as much as we can because we think that's what it's all about. We think this building is all about people knowing that it's there. It's announcing, if you like, it's announcing the development of an area of Ho Chi Minh. It's been there forever, and no one's ever done anything about it. It's announcing we're going to go forward now.
Giống như một cái sự công bố, một cái lời kêu gọi hoặc là một sự công bố sự phát triển thành phố trên một con tàu, hình dạng con tàu đang trôi trên sông nước.
Next slide. Again, corner, the drop off, the road system. We think it's relatively simple. We can get to every side. We can easily firefight it. We can escape from it easily. It's a very simple thing. Exhibition centre.
Cái sự đầu giao thông tiếp cận đón trả rất đơn giản.
Next slide. Zooming in. Next slide. The blade's becoming a very strong element. I think there's an opportunity for major graphics. I don't know what this is really going to be called, but there's an opportunity to have the graphics on the blades if we wish to name the building.
Thông qua cái hình dạng mang tính đồ họa, những cái tông, chúng tôi mang hình ảnh như là cái tên của cái tòa nhà.
Next. Yeah, we're putting another blade here now, but you can start to see here the idea that the building is floating. I think that's really important. We want the building at night time, people to walk around that plaza. The building may be closed. People in Ho Chi Minh like to get out at night when it's cooler and wander around, and we'll leave the exhibit lights on and they can walk around it and look in. Can you zoom in? So this will come. We'll always be able to see that big model in there and the lighting. So it's all a bit open. There's no point of being open at higher levels when there's no one in the building. You know, it's nothing to see. But we think at the plaza level, sheets of glass. Again, we're aiming for the sort of column 3 concept as much as we possibly can. We'll not design the structure fully at the moment, obviously, but you can see the ramp again. It becomes a bit of a dynamic element on the edge. Yeah. So it's just this combination of very simple elements coming together, and the building floating and the ramps all, you know, again if we can get those ramps floating, we'll start to have a very exciting building within a very simple concept.
Tự nhiên này con tàu cập bến có sự năng động của không gian sạch lối vào. Cái này cũng là một cái sự năng động với hình ảnh con tàu cập bến.
Again, zooming into the streetscape. Time up. Okay.
Yeah.
Just flash through the final images. Zooming in on the blades, the night view. Again, the entrance. Internalization of the space, big open space, the ramp. Benito, thank you.
Eugene, does your building make any comment about the aspirations in the background of the people of Ho Chi Minh City, the Vietnamese culture, or that's not important to you?
Certainly important to me, and I've been Ho Chi Minh City for the last 20 years. What we're trying to deliver their aspirations. I see so many things not completing and not happening. I guess that may be overriding a lot of what I'm thinking to get this building. I want to see it happen quickly. It's one of those things that I've been watching over the years. Things don't happen, so again, the simplicity comes from that. But I think the building is, and I think it's inspiring. It's inspiring Ho Chi Minh to go forward a more contemporary form, pure contemporary form, move away from any kind of neoclassicism and issues like that, which seem to have dominated architecture here in Ho Chi Minh for so many years. And so it's pushing the clients towards a very honest and visible and simple contemporary look. So I think it does.
Câu hỏi liên quan tới văn hóa thành phố Hồ Chí Minh, thành phố Hồ Chí Minh thì người dân người ta quan tâm tới cái gì, yếu tố văn hóa, yếu tố lịch sử gì. Ở đây thì cái nhóm thiết kế thì muốn đưa cái hình ảnh của đương đại, contemporary là chính, mang hình ảnh sự năng động, sự muốn vươn lên.
Exhibition centres, by their very nature, tend to be boxes. It's hard sometimes to, I mean, you can make them into an egg if you like, but to me the simplicity of the boxes is really important, but to express what's happening inside what we're talking about is the difficulty.
Actually, I beg to differ, because if you've been to the Shanghai Expo, you can see it's very, very modern, but still very, very Chinese.
Oh yeah, very Chinese, that's right. This is, but it's, I
Cái
think,
ý đó là cái triển lãm ở Thượng Hải, mặc dù là nó rất đương đại, nó rất hiện đại, nhưng mà nó vẫn mang tính Trung Hoa. Còn ở đây thì mình chưa thấy mang tính Việt Nam.
I mean, we've recently, I mean, many projects here have been asked to reflect the Vietnamese culture in the building and the architecture in a contemporary way. It's a very difficult thing to do architecturally, because in examining Vietnamese architecture culturally, it's fundamentally Chinese when you dig back far enough. And I don't sense a desire to build up Chinese form either. So the question's always been begged: what is Vietnamese architectural style? I would like to see Vietnam develop their own new contemporary way forward and be Vietnamese about it. A bit like in China, there's a lot of very contemporary buildings that we could never build in the centre of London, although we've now got the Shard, or we couldn't build in Hong Kong, or we may not happen, it may happen in Singapore, but it may not happen anywhere else.
The other thing I would like to comment about is I feel that your elevation, the way you have punctuated all the openings, could give more clue as to what was happening behind. Because looking at this building, it appears that it's just one open cavern inside there, when actually it's not. There are many layers.
There's many layers. Sure.
What do you think of that?
I think that's a good comment. I mean, with it doesn't all have to be a box. I think maybe the movement up the ramp we could express externally by opening up the box a bit more. I mean, if I'm going, this is a very early concept. So when I talked about the fenestration, I think it's
cái sự thẩm thấu, penetration và cái hình dạng công trình nó có vẻ như là nó có nhiều lớp, những cái lớp theo phương vị ngang và những lớp theo phương vị đường.
I think we could express more, because I think internally the building's quite dynamic, the floor is slabs, but the walls, the way the clear space, it's really an internal experience. And I think the journey up the ramp could be, there could be an openness to the edges, and we could express that ramping more. It's suggested, but not delivered. So yeah, I think there's a lot more to be done to this. And this is a very brief concept, but we're trying to resolve as many issues as we can. But I'll take that point. I think that's a good point.
Không gian bên trong được mở ra bên ngoài thông qua những cái lối mở như vậy.
Tôi hỏi ông là cái dân thành phố Hồ Chí Minh đang sống mở, không gian sống người ta mở, ông là đi tiến vào, khép tiến vào, ông nghĩ khái niệm đó thế nào?
Question considering the ways of living of Ho Chi Minh City inhabitants, people having opening view, so here everything is closed. How do you think about the constraint, the open mind of Ho Chi Minh City, and with the enclosed structure like this?
I think I mean, at the ground level, we've got a very high, completely open, virtually ground space. It is an exhibition centre. I mean, at the end of the day, it's something we're looking at. I mean, I think the ability to come back and open this building up if we want to find another use. I mean, I know what you're saying. I'd like to see more, sort of recreational activity within the building, if you like. Maybe even as simple as coffee shops, food, but maybe even opening a box and pushing a box out of the building. Maybe breaking the form and pushing an area outside the building, which could be an outdoor area, it could be a terrace, it could be something we could still do. I think especially the urban faces of the building, and then maybe one on this side, because the fantastic views from this side. So again, this is not the end of the story, so I think that's a good point, and I think we could, if we go back to the plan, hold on, here we are.
Chúng tôi hiểu câu hỏi của ông, thì tầng trệt chúng tôi mở rất cao, hầu như phần lớn là mở. Thì cái hình dạng đó chúng tôi cũng có những cái hình dạng mở nhìn ra bên ngoài. Nhưng mà cuối cùng ra chung quy ra thì đây cũng là một cái bảo tàng, mục đích cuối cùng của nó. At the end of the day tức là phải là để trưng bày là bảo tàng là chính. Còn nếu ta muốn đưa các cái không gian triển lãm vào, ta có thể có những cái hộp nhô ra như là nhà hàng hay giải khát gì đó.
I think there's quite a lot of potential in this space to
Có nhiều tiềm năng
puncture the facade,
để bổ sung cái công năng đó.
push terraces out. They could be semi-enclosed. It's something that I would try to do.
Theo đề xuất của bạn.
Maybe another 5 minutes to look at.
Mục tiêu cuối cùng chúng ta vẫn là bảo tàng triển lãm, còn có cái khác gì?
Also, I think in reality, there are going to be many, many more divisions of the panels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there's very big panels, I don't know if we're going to carry them to the site. I think what we'll try and do is we'll have an express joint for the main, to get our main, there's a hierarchy of joints, so there'll probably be, this is intended to be a fairly big express joint, probably even as much as 100 millimeters.
Chiều rộng của những cái đường phân biệt nó có thể nó lớn
It's
hơn.
quite a big face, but then the other panels will try and get a smaller joint, flusher joints. It's going to, yeah, these are giant panels to the dead right.
Nghe con dạng và đồng thời nó là phân biệt, có thể nó là yếu tố phân biệt kiến trúc.
Yeah, I'll be following that line.
Ai hỏi nữa không? Okay. Okay. You have it.
So, thanks very much. Thanks very much. Thank you. Good guys.